Hey guys, so today I want, you know what? I want to really go into detail and tell you all about what I do career-wise, or what I put into my career. Because that seems fun, and talk about how homeschools helped me out a lot and all of this. So it can be good. Because the thing is, it's hard. What Sorry, there was a little bug that I killed. But anyways, it's hard. A lot goes into it, and dance schedule wise, and that's part of why I actually cut down to only filming 4 times a week instead of 7 days a week every day. And was because here's the thing with that. I started doing worldwide and dancing and stuff a couple months, I want to say, 3, maybe almost 4 months before school ended. So I kind of went through it. I went through balancing school and dance and social media and all of this stuff. And it was, honestly, I just made it work somehow last time. Last time, I made it work. But last time was kind of easier than now. Because last time, I didn't really get a ton of homework. Last time, literally last year, I got homework, don't get me wrong. But my homework was always reading. It was reading because this is something that I want you guys to let me know on my Instagram. And if you are homeschooled, let me know too. Which is, do you have reading as a subject? Because I feel like now I watch YouTubers a lot, and whenever they bring up school and stuff, they never talk about reading. Almost like it's not a subject anymore. And I'm or only is up to a certain grade, and I'm just let me know, for you and your situation. Because for me, it is a subject, and it's usually what me and my dad start start off our class with, is reading. It used to be we would, do the calendar thing that my mom had, but we kind of got to where, me and my dad don't do it. Because it's not even, we're learning anything from it. We're just putting, the date up and then the weather. But, it's kind of hard to tell considering we start school, really early in the morning. Yeah, we usually start school around 9, and we get out around 11. Yeah. And you're probably all jealous over the fact that, my schooling is so short, but I actually learned a lot from it, and what we do is that, certain days, we don't do every subject every day, but it works for us. It works for us. So, what we'll do is, we'll, do, 2, usually 4 subjects a day, because we all, do reading, and then we always end with, it technically is, geography, I think, or something. But we have this electronic map that for Christmas, this last year for Christmas or something, my dad got it for me because I'm hands-on. I would much rather, I don't like reading. I would much rather, read instructions and build something versus just sit and read a book. I like to, do things in my hands. Probably because I love fidgets and I am a fidgety person. I am the type where if my hands aren't doing something for even 10 seconds, even now, my mind is so caught up in, oh, my hands aren't doing anything, and like, it, like, drives me crazy, like, to the point where I sleep with this. Like, I have to always have something in my hand, or my hands have to be doing something at all times, and it's like, yes. And if you're wondering, why do I have this spoon? That's because okay, there's a little story that I'm going to quickly tell you, which is that years ago, I think I was like 7 or 8, yeah, because I knew my crush, and I was going to music class and stuff, but hadn't been like a crazy long, like 3 or 4 years. It was kind of like in the first 2 years. We had an American Girl doll store that was open near my sister's house, and what happened was that me and my dad were planning, and so what happened was it was like January, yeah, because my mom's birthday was coming up, and my mom's birthday is the 25th of January, and so like what happened was that it was coming up to her birthday. We had like a big surprise that actually my dad wasn't going to tell me at first, but he told me, and I never said anything to her. And she never knew which one. That my mom, brother, and sister lived like hours away, like over 12 hours from us. And so we like never see them. Due to that, it's not like, a 5 or 10 minute car drive, and it's not like, a 3 or 4 hour car drive. It's like a 12 or 13, possibly 14-hour car drive. And we don't fly. Fun fact, I've never been on a plane. And what happened was that what ended up happening was that my mom's brother and sister were coming and with their 2 dogs, because they both had a dog. One of them is no longer with us. The other one, I think, is still with us. I'm not sure. But anyways, what happened was that I don't even remember. Now I kind of remember, but not fully. Which is that something got onto the topic where the year before, or 2 years before or something, me and Bella's sister both got these dolls, and I was told that it was an American Girl doll, and I was really excited about it. And then what happened was my mom told me that it actually was a My Life doll, not an American Girl doll. They wanted to get an American Girl doll, but it was too expensive and stuff. So my mom, one thing led to another, where I for weeks I had been saving up money, and then I asked my parents if we could go. I went to pick out some accessories and stuff to an American Girl store, and then my mom looked it up and found that the dolls were cheaper. Or they were $115 or something. And then she told my dad that I could get me a doll, and that I could pick out the doll, obviously. And I had been saving up money, and all of a sudden this one day, we were planning to go on a Wednesday, which we ended up going on Friday, which worked out better because I got to see my crush, and that's a good day for me. And what happened was that this one Friday morning, and my mom gets me up really early. I have no clue what's going on. And then she's like, get your chores done, and you'll find out in a few minutes. So I completed all my work. At this point, I had $30 or $40 saved up, which for me now, if it's something that I really, like, if there's something that I actually want to save up for, I will, but, like, if there's nothing I want to save up for, then I just don't. And because that's just how I am. And it's not like, oh, I'm addicted to spending money, because I'm not. It's just that, like, I'm at the point where I don't ever really have to pay for anything, like, important yet. Like, I'm under the dance. Like, I pay back my parents for dance, but, like, yeah. But anyways, which is very important, actually, to me. So, anyways, one thing led to another. So I get ready. I had like $40 saved up, and my dad's like, "Okay, you ready to go?" Oh, and then he's like, "We're going today. We're going to the American Girl store today." And I got so excited. We got in the car, and since some of my money was change, and so what we did was my dad exchanged it for me. So I gave him like all of my money, and because he was gonna hold on to it and stuff for me, so I won't lose it. And he actually like gave me like double back. He gave me like 60 or 70 back, and which was cool. Like he was holding on to it, and he showed me like, this is the amount you have to spend on accessories. So at this point, I had been looking at the one doll, like, since I found out we were going, and we get there, we were looking around. First I was picking out a doll, and all of a sudden I turn and I'm like, they have her, we're getting her. And he's like, okay. Which was a Truly Me doll. It was a Truly Me doll, like, with like blue eyes, I think, and like red hair, and it was like straight and stuff, and it was like the doll that I wanted. And so we ended up getting her. We also got, on a few accessories, I got a pair of like glasses for her that comes with a little like case for your glass. And I ended up getting a hairbrush, and I'm trying to think here. Here, I got a treat seat, and that, I think there was one other thing that was like little or something. And oh wait, now I remember, it was this outfit that was like an ice skater dancer outfit. It had like it came with like a pair of ice skates, a little like skirt, and then like a little like pink leotard and stuff. And it was like a fun little set. And that's what I ended up getting and stuff. But anyway, back to the story. And I got a set of American Girl doll crutches. And then eventually one day, like a couple weeks later or so, I just picked one of the crutches up and I started doing this. And ever since then, I just do this. Like, all the time. Like, it's insane. Like, I just love doing this, and I don't know why. Because it's not like I feel any different, and I think it's just the fact that my hands are doing something. And so, yeah. But, anyways, yeah. Right now, I cut back for this, like, school year on filming and stuff, because it's a lot. A lot goes into it. First up, doing what I do is not easy. I love it. There are parts of it that I don't like as much. Like conditioning, like, but I push through it and I make myself do it. And it's not that I hate it. It's just that like conditioning is tiring. Like that's like the biggest downside with like dance is conditioning, just because it's tiring, and for those who don't know what it is, it's basically the same thing as a workout, and yeah. So, it, it is what it is, but for me anyways, like, there's a lot of dancing and stuff, so now, like, almost, like, here's the thing, like, sometimes we'll, like, do school, like, a minute or two longer, depending on when we get into school, because we don't have, like, a set, like, time that we're, like, in school. What we do is, like, we go through our morning first. I get, like, all of my chores done. I eat breakfast and stuff because, and then after that, then that's when we go into school. And the reasoning that we do this is because one thing about me is you never want to rush me when I'm eating. Like, or else I'm just difficult to deal with the rest of the day, or until I get it more food and actually eat it and stuff without being rushed, unless it's something I'm excited about. But we usually get in there around 9 or 9:02, like somewhere like very close. Then I do school for 2 hours, and then I get homework. Actually, only so far we only done like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days of schoolwork so far. Our school, and they were spread out, and the reasoning that they were spread out, actually, um, no, we done like 3 or 4, or because we skipped. We did school yesterday, and we didn't do school the day before, but we did like the day before that. So we did it Tuesday and Wednesday. We didn't do it Thursday, but we did it Friday. And the reason we didn't do it Thursday was because my dad had to go grocery shopping and pay a bunch of bills, and like he had a lot that he needed to do. So we like kind of just took that day off. And that's one thing about homeschool that is amazing. And that, like, with it, like, it's not, like, because, like, yes, we still have to go to school, like, certain amount of days, but, one nice thing is that we can customize to our schedule. So if I, like, which is great, because if I decide to do acros on Fridays, it works out because acro is usually at 12 on Fridays. And so we customize it to my dance schedule kind. So like if there's a day that I have dance from like I will say for an example like 9 o'clock in the morning until like 5 in the afternoon or something. And fun fact, I did do a dance day that was close to that. It was from 11:30 all the way up till like almost 6. And so like, but we can customize it and stuff. But I still do school, I still get homework and stuff. But I like that I cut back a little bit on filming. It allows me to breathe. And I do is hard. It's like coming up with content all the time, hoping you guys will like it, working on music, and making sure I'm logged on time for our dance. And like then and doing school and stuff, like it's a lot that goes into that you don't always know. And so yes, it's hard because I'm always on a strict schedule. I give up so much. I am excited because we are talking about maybe going to my brother's house one day soon. But we have to figure that out. The reasoning is because we were planning on it at one point, and then a storm was happening that day, so we end up like moving it to a different day, and then basically my brother got injured, and so like we ended up not going. They came down here eventually and stuff, and it's just been back and forth, and then but one thing that we wanted to do was this summer we wanted to go swimming. And because he has a pretty good sized pool and just swimming is fun and stuff. And for me, swimming is fun, but it's also terrifying for me because in the sense that I always have my dad look. Because when I was little, well, I got really sick as we were like on vacation visiting one of my dad's brothers. And when I was like 2 or 3, and then I started feeling better. I told the story a million times, so I'm just doing a quick run through and to give you the idea and concept in case you're new. And all of a sudden I got like I started feeling better, like to the point where I was so sick that we ended up going to like a doctor, like because I was full blown throwing up, crying, like I just didn't feel good at all. And then one thing led to another, to where one thing led to another, where I ended up feeling better. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute. And so my parents had the idea. At this point, we had switched hotels because the one that we were at was like overbooked or something the next night. And then they went like, oh, we'll take her down to the pool, and dolphins were painted on the bottom of the pool, and I got traumatized. And to this day, I still cannot go anywhere near a pool without someone looking at the bottom of the pool first, and then letting me know. And letting me know that we're cleared, we're good, nothing painted on the bottom. Yeah. And it was a traumatizing day for me. And it's one of those things that, like, I'm the type where I'll remember some stuff from when I was really little. Well, even some of the, like, non-important stuff that, like, was just, like, a normal day. But that one is one that, like, in my mind, it's, like, burned in my brain. Like, I remember it so well and vividly, like, almost like it happened, like, 10 minutes ago. Like, that's how well I remember. And so, okay, there's a bug. Okay, I got it. And so, yeah. But like that, like, yeah. But we decided and we weren't going to go up there and go swimming until my brother, like, could and stuff. And then one thing led to another where today we found out he's allowed to go swimming again. So we're thinking about going up there, but we're narrowing it down to where we have to figure out either a Tuesday, we can do a Friday, or a Saturday, since I don't do acro with Abby because first up, it's tiring. Second off, I'm not big into acro. Because I'm not crazy flexible and I can't even do a handstand. I am getting very, very close, but haven't gotten there yet. And because of that, it means that the only thing I can do is I can try to do a back bend, and I can try to kick up into a handstand, or I can try to kick up into an elbow stand, and I can do the ending pose, because sometimes she'll just have me, do the ending, and I can do, if we do, tilts, I can do tilts, and I can do my splits, but that's it. The rest of it, I can also, do the warm-up, and I can, basically, that's about it. For me, there's kind of not much of a point in doing it, and it also, there's, it comes down to a lot of different things, and for me personally, as much as I love Abby, and I love seeing Abby, I see Abby on Sundays, and for me, it just kind of, it also involves me, basically skipping lunch, or have to wait for lunch, for, forever, and stuff, and it's just, a lot for something that, my mat is not the greatest mat ever, out of my opinion, if you want to know, I have a puzzle piece mat. I would not recommend, unless you are planning to fill an entire room with it, and make that the floor. Then I would recommend, but even then I feel like I'm somebody that, they can't separate because it comes apart in class sometimes. And it takes a lot to bring in and out of the bedroom, which is a lot. It's a lot. A lot of work goes into it, and also, kind of just that it's a lot because I have to take each individual piece. Because it's not oh, it folds up. I would recommend a fold-up mat for sure. That's why, for my birthday, I, as my big thing, because every year for my birthday, my parents let me, pick out a few things, and, that's my birthday wish list of, what I want for my birthday. So, and every year it's, one big thing, and one big thing that's, a place or something that I want to go for my birthday within, 3 hours away. No more than 3 hours away. And because if I could pick anywhere to go, it would be either LA or Pittsburgh. Because I dream of seeing the Abby Lee Dance Company, and the LA one or the Pittsburgh one. And I just dream of, like, meeting, like, Abby in person and, like, the teachers in person. But I meet them on Zoom, and that's, like, incredible and mind-blowing, and, like, my mind is still blown and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. But, like, that's way more than 3 hours away. And I also dream of meeting, like, JoJo and stuff. But I want you to take from this and understand and why I kind of cut back, and that for me, what I do isn't easy. There are times when I'm like, I have a lot to do today, and I kind of just want to be lazy, but I don't because it's my career and I love it, and I'm not about to be lazy in my career. My career is important to me, and even though it may not be what my family thought that I would be doing in my life, or my parents even, like, it's what I am doing, and that's great that I get to say I started at a really young age. 15, which actually isn't that young for this type of career. Young would be like 1.